Well, it's for the love of the hunt. Adventure is my calling. So I get up off my ass and go in search of the past. Oh, many roads and trails I travel, never leave no stone unturned. Finding new treasures that always make me smile. I love to share my finds and some of my time with each and every one of you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Venture for Relics back here with you. Today we're changing it up again. This time we're going to do a bunch of tins and different cans that I've found out in the bush. And have been lucky enough to find some that were in really good shape. Others I've brought home though and soak in a solution of lemon and water and bring them back to where they're legible. And so I'm going to share a bunch of those with you today and give you maybe a few other ideas or tips and things you can do with these. So anyway, starting off here, we have we have an old Canadian honey tin. I don't think it says, no, it doesn't say from where, maker, or anything, but of course the lid has to be cleaned up yet. It's rusty, as you can see. I better bring this light back towards here a bit. There. Yeah, there you can see, you know, a rusty lid. But other than that, the can is legible and a nice collectible to have on a shelf for display. And next up we have two Beehive corn syrups here. Large can and the little one. I remember these as a kid, using those. Never had the big can. Now this example here, when I found this in the bush, it was totally encrusted with rust. You could not read, nothing was legible, couldn't see a thing, and brought it home and put it in the solution of lemon juice and water, and this is the result. And you know, they come up quite nice. Now this, you know, not a perfect solution every time. I mean, sometimes it too far gone or whatever, but it's pretty cool that you know, it can dramatically bring these back to having for a display or being able to see them again. So anyway, that's those two. Okay, next up, we got a couple oil cans here. Phillips 66, Castrol Gtx, same thing again. These were all encrusted with rust. Well, as you can see, you know, there is a hole there, a little banged up, but overall, I mean, these cleaned up really great. Really great. Next up, we have a Phillips 66 here. Now, I still have to bang the can out. You can see it's pretty dented up, but man, it cleaned up great. You know? Okay, next up. Okay. Okay, there we go. Next up, we got an outboard motor oil can here. Now, as you can see, this part is, you know, legible and good, and does have some marks, but as you can see now, the top, you know, the top ate right through or was disintegrated really bad, but still for a display piece, this is, you know, still works out great. It cleaned up really well. Next we have a Husky Motor Oil. You know, still got some rust on the top here. Sometimes what you'll find in the bush too, like I'll come across where an old garage might have been, or even on a farm, And there'll be piles of these, and as you work through them, you can find, some of these were protected by other ones beside them and on top, so you'll get lucky and, getting one that still has good graphics and whatever. And anyway, here's the back logo of that with the Husky dog on it. So sure all Canadians are familiar with the Husky restaurants and service stations across the nation. Okay, that's those guys. Now, this was in part of the Weiss family. Her dad had a Fina garage for many years, so this, I just kept. I know it's a plastic container, but still it was from Fina, and you can see the picture of the old Skidoo and old boat motor and whatever. So I just brought home one example of it, just for memory's sake. Okay, next. Okay. Load this up. There. Okay, now we're moving into soda and beer cans. I'm possibly this is the only beer can I have, but Milwaukee Best has the older tab on it, 60s, 70s, whatever. But cleaned up really great, You can see this awesome for a display. This can here, this Sprite from the 70s, it is quite valuable, this can, and hard to find. Now mine is not in pristine shape, as far as going and trying to sell it or to a collector or something. It's just for my own purposes, but it did clean up pretty good. Not perfect, does have some blotches on it, but still pretty legible, and that is a fairly rare Sprite can. Next we've got a little newer Sprite can here, but still the older type tab, and cleaned up pretty good on the front. You see the back is all washed out there. Okay, moving on. Let me load some more here for you. Okay. There we go. Okay, yeah, we got another beer here. Here's a Carling Black Label. Little sketchy on the bottom there, but other than that, still nice and legible. Good collectible can for display. Next we got Cott Grape Soda. This is a little later because of the push tab design there. These came later on. And, well, also, you can see the barcode, so, it's much newer. Next, I thought this was kind of cool. I loved that it cleaned up pretty good. Product from Canada Dry called Rudy, root beer. The little bear. Cool graphic, I like that can. The back side, of course, is not as great, but still pretty cool. Alright, now we got some more here. Alright. Alright. Okay, starting off here, we got a Dixie Ginger Ale. This is made in Ottawa. Well, this can, anyway. This can was manufactured in Ottawa, Canada, Ontario, Canada. Next we got a Canada Dry. It is a little blotchy, but still good for display. Next up we've got this is a different variation of a Pepsi. These are hard to come by too. That's the only reason I kept this one. I mean, it's not in real great shape, but it's still legible, and it's a harder old can to find. Well, that's that. Next up, okay, bear with me folks here, get everything loaded up for you. There's a Coke, of course. It's in really good shape, the Coke. Next we have Sprite Light. This little newer can, actually. And they started producing the light pops. It's still the older type pull tab on it. Last one here, we got an Orange Crush. Graphics still pretty good. You can see that's rusty there. I'll give it another little cleaning and then preserve it. I just put like a clear coat coating on them, or even just wipe them with oil, and they're good to go. Okay, get a few more for you here. Okay. Perhaps what I'll do is try and load more up here at one time. Alright, let's start it off again. So we've got a Grape Orange Crush this time. See, it came up nice. Cleaned up really well, this one. There's a Grape Crush. Then we've got a Cream Soda Crush. Now this one's a little later again. The push tab's different on it. But come out in nice shape. Cleaned up nice. We've got a gold. Whoa! We're dropping the merchandise here. Here's a draft root beer, Golden Age, from the US somewhere. But anyway, still good shape and legible. And our last one here is a Hires root beer. There can. That's an earlier pull tab version. Alrighty. Okay, be right with you folks. Just about here. Alright. I think what we'll do. Okay. Alright, I'm going to bring all 5 of them up here. This is called Apple Brow. Like a, see, it says non-alcoholic drink there. Well, maybe you can't make that out, but non-alcoholic. Yeah, you might not be able to make it out. Anyway, it cleaned up pretty good. Still legible. Next we got a little can of Welch's grape juice. I remember this stuff back in the day. Drank lots of that. And here's a local can to us. Temagami is a town about 40 miles south of me here. Temagami Dry Ginger Ale. And this one came up nice. Really great shape. Next, now this is the normal type Pepsi that you usually find. The graphic I showed you earlier is much rarer. Same time frame. Old Pepsi. And finally, now this is a real oldie. This 7-Up can, because it has, you can see the top is deteriorated or gone, but this had no pull tab on it. So this is really early 7-Up. Okay, so that's all of those. And the only other thing I want to share with you or show you, I'll lay down these. Okay. Let's get them on the table here. Okay, now these are just old jar lids. You know, you can see Peter Pan, peanut butter. You can see Ingersoll Cheese Company, 5 cents off. Next one is from a Maxwell House Coffee lid. And now I'm going to have to hold these in my hand because I'm only one person here. So anyway, what I do with a bunch of these cans, like Donald Duck orange juice, here's Iron City beer, Let me get a couple automotive ones. Here's body sheen for cars. You see the picture of the old car here. Big Tex grape juice. Try and get some interesting ones. Okay, here. Now here's a really rare one too from another Pepsi can. Oh, hang on a minute. I got it. Yeah, okay. So you see Pepsi Cola on the cap there. Pepsi embossed here. Here's a Texaco motor oil. And next we've got a premium. Okay, so Western motor oil, different company again, older type oil. So anyway, I won't show you any more of these, but what I have done with these, or just an idea or thought, is that when the cans are pretty well gone, but I can still salvage a side or something like this, what I do is, this can be a background on a frame, or say like you make up a shadow box, and you just lay these all together, you know, fasten them and stitch them to a surface, and put other old memorabilia in front of them. So it, you know, it's a cool craft idea anyway, and you can salvage some of these, and it makes a real interesting and cool background. So okay, we'll sign off for now and come back at you.